What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR and welcome back to another movie review. And today we're going to be reviewing Killjoy 3, the second to last movie in this franchise. This is the weird one. This is probably the weirdest one. This is probably the weirdest one I've reviewed, but not the worst. It's probably the best one in this series so far. I don't know what the fourth one has to hold. But the fact is, so this one came out in 2010, when the last one came out in 2002. So that's insane. The fact that this has had there was still people making thought like what to make. I know it's been 8 years, but let's make another Killjoy movie. And I was like, okay. And I'm really glad this movie. This still has a cheap look to it, like the past two, but it's much better. You see, Killjoy is in the movie right off the bat. The movie doesn't spare any time putting Killjoy in the movie, and he's actually enjoyable in this one. And he has a little group of people, and he has like this mime-looking dude. He's got like a baby thing attached to it. He's got like this hobo clown-looking type of character, and then he has this female clown, which is a succubus, which like seduces people and kills them and stuff like that, or something like that. And here's the problem that I have with this movie. Let's get to the net. Let's do the positives first. All positives first. I say positive, like I always say. There's actually some fun moments in this movie. Nothing is ever scary. Killjoy looks a little scarier in this movie. Like, he has a better design of his face. Like, at the beginning, he started out with with horns for some reason. Like, I know he's supposed to be a demon, but like, horns, really? Like, he's supposed to be a clown. Like, what's with the horns? I didn't get that. But then later in the movie, I thought like, it seemed like the whole movie looked a little weird. But it went back to the black hair. But with this design of Killjoy, the black hair actually looks alright. I like it more in this one. It's actually a little more interesting. And the character designs of all the other little like clown demons that he creates are interesting as well. And it's really cool. Some of the designs. There's one character in this that really when you find out what the character was, it makes sense that she was like this, that she's supposed to be a succubus. I think that's what it's called, because she's like supposed to seduce people and kill them, and that's what that does. But she's naked. And you guys know how I am about unnecessary nudity in movies, but you can't really tell mostly, for the most part, unless you're like really paying attention. She's covered in like body paint, and there's even like a scene where I think like they probably forgot to put like a line, because there's a line that was right here that was, I think, was white or something, or a different color or something. And then there's another scene where like you can see her normal skin there, and like the actor's normal skin. I'm like, did y'all mess up there or and Killjoy kind of gives me a Joker vibe in this one, and the succubus is supposed to be like his girlfriend or something. So she kind of gives me a Harley vibe as well. But they all have their fun little quirks. Like the mime dude, I really didn't like. I think we could have left him out. But the rest of them are pretty interesting and interesting characters. Like I said about some unnecessary nudity, there really wasn't any in this movie. So props besides the succubus, but I don't want to say that's unnecessary. I don't think we needed as much shots of her as we got. But I don't know. They had names. I don't remember what the lady one's name was, but they had names. This one it worked a lot better. And I think they realized how ridiculous their movies were, and like them trying to go serious with the first one, and then the second one barely having any of him in it, of Killjoy in it. This one, he's there the whole movie. the characters that are in the movie, some of the acting is not the best. Like, and then, like, this one makes you think all the characters are going to survive. Like, it feels like it's set that up, like, but then all of a sudden, like, the one character gets torn apart, and the other person gets his character. I don't think you guys care about spoilers for Killjoy. But another one gets his head knocked off, and then we're in the final two characters, and I'm like, okay, they're going to make it out. They're going to be nope. One of the guys, a guy named Zilla, gets killed, and I'm like, whoa, really? And I think that was even trying to tie into the first movie, which I really think was really interesting. They did that. I won't give that away because that was an interesting actual twist that I wasn't expecting. A lot of the acting is either hit or miss. There's not really much bad acting. There's just some not too good acting, but there's no, like, bad acting, I wouldn't say. Like at the beginning of the movie is probably where the worst bit of acting is, where no characters are actually enjoyable, I guess you could say, or like not in the. But like once everything, and this movie doesn't take long to like get going. Like, this movie doesn't take long to get going. Like, it gets going relatively quickly. Like, and this movie doesn't suffer from bad pacing or being slow or anything like that. Like, this movie knows what it is, and I didn't see how long this one was. I'm guessing it felt pretty short, though. I saw how long the other two were, but this one, you're actually invested in the story, and you kind of like the characters, and you like a little bit of the stuff, and there's actually some funny moments in this one. And yeah, that's just a bit of all of the positives I have to say. Killjoy was kind of like fun in this. Let's get to the negatives. There are negatives. Like I said, some of the acting is very hokey and can be really hit or miss. A lot of the characters can just like be completely terrible. A lot of the characters can just be really, really bad. Not really bad. I don't know where that came from. Most of the characters are pretty fun. They're pretty generic. You like most of them. There's this one boyfriend character. There's the boyfriend of the final girl. He's really like didn't really like him really. Even though he's like, there's nothing wrong with him really. He's like one of those douche characters. But still. There's some jokes in here that aren't funny. Nothing in this is scary. Nothing at all is scary. Nothing is like I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. No, this movie doesn't give you that vibe in the slightest. There is nothing, oh, this is scary about this movie at all. There's nothing at all scary about this movie. Now you have a fear of clowns maybe, but I like they actually bring up something because of the fact that you fight a clown by laughing. That was something that surprised me. But it was, and then like the movie ends, spoilers, with like the final girl getting out. She used laughing to beat him, and she's coming out and she doesn't stop laughing, and then she's like and put into an insane asylum, and I'm like, what the heck? Or something, insane asylum or something. She's strapped down and she's still laughing. And like there's guys like, she hasn't stopped laughing, and it's like, so I think she killed all of them, which as I kind of would thought as soon as I saw that, so they thought she killed all of them, which honestly I don't see how that makes any sense. How they would just think that, because there's no way maybe the fact that she was covered in blood, maybe. But the fact is, this movie was actually much better than the first two, and I'll give it a solid 3 out of 5. I don't want to give it any higher than that because it's poor. It can be really corny and bad at points. But just the fact I had fun with it. This is still not a good movie, but I still had fun with it. I had fun with this one. I guess this is what some people mean when it's so bad it's good, but I still wouldn't describe this movie as good in the slightest. But I still thought it had its moments, and there was some enjoyability to this film. and I really, really just enjoyed every second of this. Not every second, but there's like mostly just like everything in this movie. It's just like there's some things like there's this whole like boxing scene which is really dumb, but I still enjoyed it. Like, but besides that, the movie works to its ability of what it's trying to do, and it's not really a good movie. But I didn't say I won't say I hated it. I had my enjoyment out of it. Yeah, okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Yes, the Kiss Scooby-Doo review is coming soon. The other night I actually loaded up the movie and everything and didn't watch it. But the Kiss Scooby-Doo review is coming soon. I actually sat down and watched like the first 5 minutes of Scoob today. And I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and watch it. No. You made a promise. Scooby-Doo movies in order. And so, yeah, we got Kiss coming up. So, the Kiss Scooby-Doo movie. So, hopefully keep an eye out for that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!